Michelle, so fascinating. But I'm just going to do it again, right? My name is John Kimmel, and I work with the state police. I'm 45. So we're assisting the Canyon Police Department in this affairs chapter. Okay. You're here with your attorney in your home? Yes. Attorney Nolan's going to be able to sit with you the whole time. If you have a question that concerns you, we can stop. We can step out, or you can step out. However, we can have a consultation with your attorney in private. You understand these interviews being audio recorded, there are cameras, and all that stuff. All right. So just because you are currently in custody and we want to talk to you, we have to go through what's known as notice of waiver of rights. So I'm going to review that with you at 2:32. Also in Spanish. You want me to read English to you? I do not. No. Okay. All right. So if you have any questions, the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Connecticut require that I inform you of your rights as follows. You have the right to remain silent. If you talk to any police officer, anything you say can will be used against you in court. We'll talk about that. You have the right to consult with an attorney before you are questioned. You may have a lawyer with you during your questioning. Your lawyer is here. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to you or appointed for you if you wish before any questioning. If you wish to answer questions, you have the right to stop answering questions at any time. So this is voluntary. If you don't want to talk to us at any time, you can tell us you're done. You may stop answering questions at any time to speak with your attorney, and you may have your attorney with you during any further questions. And you're not a child under 16. So, do you understand what I read to you? Yes. Okay, so that's the advisement of your rights. So if you could just, see there's a sign that just acknowledges that you were provided your rights, and then we'll go through the rest of it. Alright, so the rest of it, Michelle, is now that you've been advised of your rights, we're going to ask you if you're willing to speak with us, and that's the waiver of the rights. So if you're willing to sign or initial, it says, I waive these rights as indicated by placing my initials after one or more of the following statements. I wish to answer questions being fully aware of my rights as listed above. Are you willing to do that? Okay. Could you just put your initial, just initial? The next one would be, I do not want to consult with an attorney or have an attorney present with me at this time. You have your attorney present, so she's I understand my rights and I waive them freely and voluntarily with no threats or promises made to you. We're not threatening you or we're not promising you. We want to talk to you. And do you understand that? Yes. Okay. If you could just initial, just skip this second one. And you're a child, you're not a child under 16. Do you have any questions on any of those, Michelle? Okay. It does tend to get warm in here, so if you need a break, let us know. Okay, I can do that. Just getting that. It warms up real quick in here. So
if you want to just take it off. Okay, great. And you have water right there?
Yes.
Okay, good.
if you want any. All right, so again, back last Friday, the Canyon Police got a report of a missing person, Jennifer Dulos. She lives at 69 Wells Street, Wells Lane. They went over, officers went over, they couldn't raise anyone. They went into the house, they couldn't find anyone inside sick or injured. They observed evidence that was concerning them about possible crime scene. The Canyon Police detectives responded, found evidence of a possible crime scene. We, as the state police, were called in to assist the Canyon Police. We've been working on this case. It's now Sunday, the 2nd of June. We've been working on it straight since the 25th. I'm going to let you and your attorney know that we have located and documented a significant amount of evidence that there was a crime scene at 69 Wells Lane. And that it's our consensus that Jennifer is still missing, and we're very concerned about the fact that she may not be missing, she may be deceased. And that some portion of that assault, which resulted in her death, took place in that house or in that garage. So we want to talk to you. We understand that you're Fotis Dulos. Is it Fotis?
Right.
Yeah, that's your boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay. So you're Fotis' boyfriend, or a girlfriend, he's your boyfriend, excuse me. We've been working on this. We've had a lot of people working on this case. We've come significantly far, and you are currently under arrest for tampering with evidence and hindering prosecution. That is something, those are crimes that we believe occurred after the initial crime. So we want to talk to you about what your knowledge is about the crime, what happened to Jennifer. We want to find Jennifer for her family. She has 5 children. All right. And right now they need to know what happened to their mother.
Yes.
You have a daughter.
Yes.
All right, so your daughter is actually the same age as some of Jennifer's.
Yeah.
Right, and that family is being torn up right now. We want to bring we want them to know what happened to their mother. So we're hoping that you can help us find out what happened to Jennifer. All right. We also understand, having learned some things about Fotis, we understand that he has been described to us as a person who has a very strong personality and might have the tendency to control people and manipulate people. And it's certainly, we believe there's a possibility that he may be doing that to you, and may have been doing that to you. And that's one reason that you guys are physically separated now, and you are safe. And we are concerned for your safety. If you get out of here and he's out of here, we're worried about what might happen to you. We have no specific information, but we don't want anything bad to happen to you. And I know you don't want anything bad to happen. You have a mother.
I'm with you guys.
Okay. You have a mother, you have a daughter. We want you to be there for them.
Yes, there's already 5 children with no mother.
Right.
Let's not make it 6.
So we really need to know what you know and what you can do, tell us, to help us find what happened to Jennifer and where Jennifer is now. And that's basically what we're looking for. We do need truth. We do need details. We understand there may be some things that that you could conceivably tell us that you may think would get you in trouble. As far as I'm concerned, we can deal with a lot of that stuff, whether or not your attorney would agree with it. He's here in case you say something that he doesn't want you to, but when there's a truthful statement, we can deal with it. If there's a statement where you distance yourself or you don't tell the complete truth, that becomes an issue. So we have a lot of information. We have done a lot of mapping. We have a lot of throughout Hartford where you guys are moving around. We have there's actually a lot of surveillance cameras. There's a lot of documentation that we have. So we know some of the stuff, but we're looking to you to help us fill things in. All right, are you willing to help us?
Yes.
Okay.
And just, keep in mind, we've looked into you as well. We know you're a good mom. We know you're a good woman. And you can look so wonderful from what you can offer us at the end of this. Because I know it's been tough for you in the media. Now's your time to shine. Now's your time to be that mom, to be that person. All right? I know it's been a rough week, but if they don't really understand or know about you, what we do. So
we've seen you at some of your worst moments. We can see the humanity in you, and we want people to know that it's there. There are probably people
I saw it
right now that
the
are.
I saw it the other night in you. You were having a hard time. Remember when we were doing the prints?
Yeah.
I could see it, so you could feel it.
And we understand that you could be, I don't know what happened to you. I don't know how Fotis treated you. I don't know what he promised you. I don't know what he told you. I know there's been, in the last week, there's been a significant change in your lifestyle, and there may be a downward trajectory for you. So you look shell-shocked, quite frankly, with me yesterday, because we were saying you're safe. You look like
Why? I'm in shock.
you're in shock.
I'm not reacting.
Right.
I'm not
And that's understandable. We understand that. We're here. If you have questions for us, we're happy to answer anything we can. But we're looking to you for guidance because we know part of we believes that you have information that can help us find Jennifer for her family. So what can you tell us?
Why don't you start with Friday?
With my day.
Yes.
Um,
This is the 24th.
Okay, thank you.
yeah. Well, usually I have the alarm set for 6:40 every day, but not Thursdays because Nicole goes to school on Thursdays. She gets in at 9 instead of 8. So from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and on Fridays, my alarm is always mine, and Nicole's alarm is always set at 6:40.
Okay, you live at 4 Jefferson Crossing?
Yes.
Okay, with Fotis and with
And
Nicole?
Nicole.
Okay.
Yes.
And Nicole is 12?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So my normal day, the alarm sounds. Usually I'm in my room, she's in her room. She wakes up, she's very independent. She wakes up, I hear the shower turning on. That day I slept with her because then from Thursday to Friday it was raining. There was thunderstorms.
Okay.
So she called me at 12:59 when she's scared. I mean, I have the phone next to my bed.
Right.
She called me. I answered. She said, "I'm scared." And obviously, I mean, when she says that, I hang up and I go. I leave my phone and I go to her room.
Okay.
So I did that. So obviously, I woke up and I was with her in her bed. The alarm sound. I wake up and I go to our bedroom. I turn off my alarm that is snoozing my bed. Fotis wakes up too. When I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth and I get into the shower. I don't wet my head usually because usually I take a fast shower to take Nicole. Fotis jumps into the shower with me.
I'm just going to pause it at 14:46:53.
When Michelle is being told that they found a significant crime scene, she's still. I would expect a guilty suspect to shake their legs or fidget a whole lot. She's not showing signs of nerves. She's showing signs of listening intently. And that doesn't mean she's guilty or not guilty. And I don't really have a baseline. And by the way, all this is off the top of my head because I don't have time to sit down and do a full analysis. She does give a little expression of, I don't know if you want to call it empathy or understanding. When the detectives describe something horrible happened to Jennifer, we need to find out. And she's like, yeah. And that expression is not overdone either. When the detective expresses concern and says that, Fotis might be really controlling, I don't hear her denying it. And I also don't hear her jumping on that and latching onto it as a way to justify anything she might have done. When they ask her, do you want to help us with this investigation? She expresses a willingness. Again, that doesn't mean that she's not going to lie. I note the detective also mentioned that while she was being fingerprinted, she appeared to be in shock. And she agrees that she is in shock. So far, I'm not seeing huge red flags from her. She said she slept in her daughter's room. Remember the note from yesterday? On the note, beside one of the first entries, is the word thunderstorm. So when she says the alarm went off, I'm thinking, can you hear that from the next room if you slept with your daughter? The jumped in the shower part seemed a little odd. Do you think that Fotis went to Jennifer's either in the middle of the night or the wee morning hours and waited then? And that's why whether or not he woke up in Michelle's presence is so important. That's where my head is going. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he wasn't there in the morning.
5-minute shower. Maybe less. I get out, I shower, before I go usually to the bathroom, I go to pee. I have my period, and I have it, which is weird. I've had it like for more than 9 days.
Right.
I guess the stress. So that is actually that's the first thing I do. Then I shower. I usually put like light clothes, exercise clothes, leggings, or a sweatpants or a black sweater because it's been cold. I go down, when we go, I ask her what she wants to eat. She says usually she eats an omelette with cheese or waffle. The day before, I peeled some oranges and carrots because she was gonna take for the school for a project, juices for 10 girls. So I go down, she helps me squeeze the oranges in the machine. I put it in a big thermal that we have, the whole juice. I don't know if her or me, we have a white cooler. I take the ice from the freezers down, I pour it in the cooler, and I put the thermal. Obviously I didn't close it well, so at the end it spills, but not now. I do the omelette, she eats, and then we go to school. I grab normally the keys in the drawer where all the keys are.
What car are you driving to school?
The Cherokee. I ride the Cherokee. Yes.
What time do you leave for school?
Usually around in between 7:28 to 7:40 at the most. But that day we were like maybe probably 7:30, 7:35. But again,
That's fine.
the neighbors have a camera in their house. They can check exactly.
So that's fine.
Okay. I drive, I do my same circuit to go to the school, and
School is it?
Edward Walker.
Okay, thank you.
She goes down. I give her a kiss. She closes the door, and then I'm like, the cooler. So I put that window down. I say, Nicole, the cooler. She's like, oh, I almost forgot. She opens the back. And she takes the cooler, the cooler, and she goes to the middle to her class or wherever school. I go back to the house, and usually I arrive around 8:15, 8:20. I'm normally in the house. I arrive, I put my purse in the kitchen, like I always do, in the table or in the chair. I go up to the office. I was gonna do a coffee, I didn't. I don't remember if I did a coffee, I don't think so. Usually I do coffees every morning after dropping Nicole with, sometimes with bodies, sometimes without bodies. I go up, Kent, the lawyer is there.
Okay.
They're talking in the further, have you been in the house now?
Just explain.
They're in the table down the office
They, Kent and who?
and photos.
Kent and Forrest.
Just going to pause the video at 14:51:03. You indicated that you interviewed the defendant 3 separate times. Did the defendant always maintain her account?
So what I'm seeing here is too many details. Too many details about things that are insignificant. So that's a red flag. She said that she had been menstruating, if I understood correctly, for more than 9 days. And she says, I guess the stress. Well, this is before the crime. So what stress is she referring to? She describes what color sweater she wore that day. I don't know about you. Can you remember what color sweater you wore on a specific day a week ago? If there wasn't some emotional event tied to that particular day at the time. So that was odd. And then she's giving too much detail about, squeezing the orange juice. And she puts things in a white cooler. Why does she gotta tell us it's white? There's just lots of red flags here. She's very specific about the times She usually drives the daughter to school between 7:28 and 7:40. So maybe she's like that, maybe not. It would be nice to know if that's something she normally does. She goes into this whole thing about how the daughter forgot the cooler and all of that, where she put her purse in the kitchen. Just too many details here.
On my computer, I look for Pavloni's, how do you say, budget document of the house that they're supposed to build. I had to do some changes. I think Andy did that. Andy's another guy that works for this. I think the day before he was there. I don't know.
Dulos.
Yes, but I don't know. I think he made some changes. And then I go down, I grab my phone, and there's a message from Aaron, which is Hutch's wife, saying I left my purse because they were that night. They had dinner on Thursday night. Aaron, Hutch, Stefan, and Beth, the girlfriend, and Fotis, Nicole, and I.
Okay.
In the house outside, we cooked and we did like a barbecue on the side. And put French fries and meat.
Okay.
I don't remember if I did a salad, a Greek salad, I don't know. So I text and I said I can take it. I can take the purse because I'm going to the supermarket, so it's on the way. Then I think she said Hatch is going, or he can go. And I said, where should I drop it? And I can go to like your house or to the warehouse. I don't know, that's all in my phone, my text, you guys can see.
Okay.
So I took a picture, I sent it. It was in the high chairs in the corner where the breakfast table is. I grabbed the purse, I grab mine, I get in the car, and I go to the warehouse, which
The
is,
Jeep again? Go to the Jeep again?
yes.
And what time is this?
This probably was like around, if I chatted with her like around 9, it must have probably taken me like 10 minutes to get there out of 44, and then I turn where there's a concession car in the corner where the Capo restaurant. You turn and I go to the A1 self-storage that is owned by Hutch. I go in, I see the secretary. I said, oh, I'm coming to leave Aaron's purse. Obviously I jumped Hutch has a desk on the further right. So he stand up, you say hi. I give him the purse and say thank you, had a nice time, it was great, come. And that's about it. I give him the car and I go to the supermarket.
Which supermarket is that?
Stop and Shop.
Okay.
That's the one that is where they have like a Bed Bath and Beyond, there's like a movies, there's a Home Goods.
It's an Avon?
I think that's in
Simsbury?
I don't know, but I don't know. I mean, the towns they changed.
Pretty clear.
Pero bueno, you
Yes.
guys are, I have the receipts. I mean, they're probably in my purse.
Okay.
I go in the supermarket, I grab the card, and I basically went to buy a parsley. So I got 2 parsleys because I was going to make something that Nicole likes. It's canelones with spinach. I had it like a previous week or maybe 3 days before she wanted that. So I have all the ingredients. I just mixed the parsley for the tomato paste. I found a robot that is walking and I found it funny for Nicole. So I took a picture with the robot, I filmed the robot, and in the video it says, look Nicole, the robot you ask what you want, or it takes, they're like a joke.
Mm-hmm.
You see our text, we're always joking, and always if we see a field, a Volkswagen car, I take a picture and I say punch buggy. We hit each other, we not hate, but
No,
we
I
go
know.
like
Yeah,
this,
no, we understand.
and we go punch buggy in return. And we make fun, and you're gonna find stupidities of my pictures.
It's a fun relationship with your daughter, what do you
Yeah.
say?
At the same time, I send a video to my family, in the chat that we have with the family, they laugh, and my sister then makes a comment, I go back, does it, because when I took a picture, there's a label, and she obviously zoomed the label, and it says that, because in the video I say, look, Nicole, she takes you wherever you want to pick up the food, but it was like a joke, I really don't know what that robot does. If you see the chats, they start making fun. Oh wow, what incredible! How look for the stupid robot. I send it also to Beto. I mean, it's like a joke. I'm all the time making stupid jokes. That's my personality. When I pay, I go to the house. I put everything away.
What time do you think you got back to the house?
Probably like between maybe 10:30 at the most, because in the way I spoke with Pedro, my friend, and real name is Clara, she was giving me up after that night at 7, around 7 or less, from Boston to England. I talk with her every day. Usually we stop in dorms and we have a coffee or a breakfast, or I go to her shop. And because I gave her some drugs, she sold some drugs, so she needs to give me some money. And she says, well, why don't we meet at 11 in the shop? It's called the Lighthouse Concepts and Design Store. It's in Simsbury, where all the old brick construction, and I think there's a pub called Red.
And you're meeting who there?
Pedro, my friend, her real name is Clara. So she said that I'm just gonna stop by for a little bit, because then she was heading to the airport at that time. I get there.
Can I go back to when you were at the house dropping off the groceries?
Yes.
Was anybody at the house besides you that you saw? Was Fotis home?
I didn't see, but the car was there. So,
Which car?
the Suburban.
The Suburban was at the house?
Yes.
Okay. Was the Raptor at the house? The pickup truck?
No.
No? Okay. And who normally drives the pickup truck?
Between me and Pavel, or sometimes Fotis, but the way they have it, or that Fotis has a plan, is that to not put so many mileage in the cars. Pavel usually takes the Jeep, and I'm in between the Raptor and the Suburban.
Okay, so let me so you have normally the cars are the Raptor,
A
Suburban,
and a Cherokee.
and you're normally,
I drive the 3. No, I don't have like a favorite,
okay,
one that's mine. It's like we all use the 3.
okay.
But Pavel doesn't use the Suburban. He's always in between the Raptor and the Cherokee. The Suburban, for sure, when Fotis has the kids, he uses it because it's the only car.
Was Pavel in the house early in the morning when you saw Ken and Fotis?
No,
No. Was when you left to take Nicole to school, was the Raptor at the house or was it gone?
well, in the there's only 2 garages, one side and 2 on the other. So if the Raptor was there, it was on the other side.
So you don't know if it was there?
No, because I don't go into the 2 garages, I just go into 1.
Okay, but the Suburban was there.
Yes,
Okay, so when you took Nicole to school, the Suburban was there at
yes,
the house.
yes.
Okay.
So the way it works for not to do mileage in the cars, Usually Pavel takes the Cherokee, but when they have to carry, I don't know, construction things, or sometimes they order like the mirrors, the lamps, and they arrive in Fort Jefferson. Pavel takes the pickup to drop the things. And I grab whatever, like really, there's no like. So, where was I?
You were one concept, you were at 11 o'clock,
okay.
going to be there.
When, yes, around 11:10. I meet there. She said, "Oh, I'm late. I can give you cash. I can go to the ATM." I said, "No, I'd rather have a check because it's from the company." So I said, well, "Okay, don't worry." She said, "Can you send me the invoice?" And I said, "Well, let me." So I opened my computer. I typed the rocks that I have to do like an invoice. I sent the email, but the Wi-Fi doesn't work, so it stays like in that it wasn't sent. So when I say, "Have a nice trip, we'll talk later, blah, blah, blah," I get into the car and I drive to the house. And usually I open my computer. I spend a lot of around like 12 for sure I was in the house.
Okay. Was anyone else at the house? At noon?
Yeah, I mean, I had lunch with 40s, but
When you got home from the meeting?
well, later, not immediately. Usually I go up to the coach room, that's the place where I spend the most time, right there, when I'm in the house.
So just to be clear, Michelle, when you got back to the house, as late as noon?
It's what?
So is it as late as noon? Noon or earlier? Or noon,
Yeah,
around
like
noon?
about noon.
Was Fotis there when you came back home or no?
Well, he probably can be because he has the office on top. I mean, I didn't look for
Did
him.
you notice if the Raptor was around? You guys park in the garage or you park out the driveway?
No, I always park inside.
Okay.
For these
The
parts.
left or the right?
Well, depending on the car. Usually the Raptor goes on the left because it's uncomfortable to get in the house, and the Suburban goes. But when the Raptor is not there, then the Suburban goes on the left, and the Cherokee. I mean, it's just for a thing of the door that it's easy.
So, where did you have lunch with Fotis and how did you come to be with Fotis?
I'm up in the room. I hear him down. Let's have lunch. And I said, okay, and we ate past it. I'm up in
You're
the...
upstairs and he's downstairs?
Yes.
Where's the office located?
The office is at the old way at the end of the house.
In the downstairs? Or the upstairs?
The office?
The office.
No, I'm upstairs. And you can go through there's some stairs in the mud room,
Okay,
or you can come from outside the house.
Okay. So you're up in Nicole's room and you hear Fotis call out
I
you
don't know what I didn't tell you. At some point in the morning, I pick up the garbage outside. The two red garbage cans, because it was Friday. That I forgot.
You
But
did
that,
the driveway and you brought it down.
yeah, but that was like at
Okay.
9. That I didn't say, because that I remember now. I brought that two garbage in. So we ate pastel de papa, and it was like a food, very typical Argentinian. It's like the, you call it shepherd pie, something like
Jeffers spot? Okay.
something similar. Leftovers from probably the day before, or the day of 2 days, but not later than that. And then usually we eat, I wash the dishes, I put it, Fotis goes back to wherever he does. And
Back to his office.
yeah, I mean, he walks around a lot around the house, and if not, he's in the office all day, or he goes in and out for, I don't know. He says that he goes to the bank. or to the sides, I don't know. So when I finished eating, probably went back again. Oh, I'm always in the computer.
Where's the computer that you use? Up in Nicole's room, or
It's a laptop I carry with me up and down wherever I am.
you're on the second?
Yes,
Are there 2 floors?
yes. Well, no, and there's a third and there's a basement.
Right, so there's a third of the dormers, looking at the roof.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. That's where it has theater and Constantine room
Mm-hmm.
and like a guest room with a bathroom. Then we have like a little storage closet where we keep a lot of our sports, like our bags for snow skiing, wetsuits, life jackets, my riding boots. And then there's like 2 other storage, and then there's an elevator. And you should go like, to that room at all. So
Where does Fotis go after lunch? You said he walks around, or
no, well, he goes
Just go back
usually
to-
he goes back to it. Sometimes he even eats in the office. Like he grabs the
but you guys eat lunch together?
Yes, yes. And there was around maybe 1 that we ate lunch.
Okay. So I just I'm still not understanding, when you came home, do you know whether Fotis was home? When you came home at noon?
No, because
You don't know?
Well, I assume he's in the office like always, but I don't have like a guarantee. It's not like I saw him or.
And you don't know whether the Raptor was there when you came home at noon?
If it was in the other garage, not.
So when you came home at noon, you didn't see the Raptor?
No.
Okay.
I think because Pavel drove the Raptor, and so Pavel was in that car, supposedly.
Do you know from when?
No, because he sometimes takes it overnight, he sometimes comes in the morning, picks it up. He always comes there. I usually never see him. Unless if I keep a key inside my purse, and my purse, like he says I need that, but that's like rare.
So Michelle, when you came home, you went up to Nicole's room?
Yes,
And-
usually, I mean, the places that I hang out in the house is Nicole's room, because I have a charger there, and I don't know, I like that room. In the kitchen, in the chair, in the last chair of the counter table, because I put the plugs for the charger for the computer, or the phone in some cases.
But on that particular Friday, you were up in Nicole's room? Is that correct?
Yes, yes,
And then you hear Fotis call up, say, let's have lunch?
yes.
And then you have lunch somewhere
I go
around 1?
down, yeah.
Okay. So my question again is, when you heard Fotis call out, let's have lunch, where was he calling from? Was he,
It was like from, I mean,
was
from my head.
he inside the house?
No, yes, inside
Okay,
the
was he
house.
upstairs or downstairs?
No, downstairs. Downstairs. I stand up and he was standing there. So usually I go, I
So
take,
where was he standing, up on the stairs or something?
yes, downstairs.
And he says, hey, let's have lunch.
Yes.
All right. So, do you know how he came to be at the bottom of the stairs? I'm trying to find out if he was home or he was just coming home at 1 o'clock and saying, hey, let's have lunch together.
I mean,
Okay.
because there's stairs, there's the door, the
Big
garage
house.
door. I mean, yes.
All right.
I don't follow every movement of the house.
So 1 o'clock, you had lunch and then,
Well, around 1 or 2.
Around
I don't know.
okay, so 1 or 2. So he was,
I heated the food on the Pacific Wi-Fi.
so were you saying, Michelle, that as late as 2 o'clock, Fotis was saying, hey, let's have lunch, or,
Between that time.
okay.
But I mean, again, I cannot be.
No, we're trying to, if you don't know, that's fine, I'm just trying to narrow
Say
it.
something and then I oh, you said wine was
No, no, we're not looking, do the best you can, that's all. Okay,
And like really, I usually have my phone a lot and I'm either chatting, so through chat, Nicole calls me a lot from school. We do a lot of FaceTime. I believe we did. She texted me saying, "Mommy, we couldn't have the juice because it's spilled."
Mhm.
So that text is there. I
Okay.
think I sent it to you.
So as I was like, just try to recall as best you can, because you don't have your phone with you.
Right.
So just go ahead. You're doing fine.
Then, pretty much usually when we eat, I put everything in the dishwasher. I mean, I rinse, I put in dishwasher, or if it's too big, sometimes I just put it, I lie a paper towel and I put paper. Yeah. Can I have some water?
Dude, can we have that so that everyone?
Then, at some point, Fotis calls me.
You were on the phone or calls?
Yes, no, we use a lot of phone. So, because our house is big. He calls me and he says we have to go to 80 Mountain to clean the house because tomorrow Rania is coming with some clients. We have a meeting, I think the meeting was at 9 or 10 that we met with them on Saturday morning. But because of the situation, we didn't go to show the house, so Fotis gave Rania, but this is Saturday, I'm kind of,
Okay.
pero bueno, anyway.
So 80 Mountain, it's 80 Mountain Spring in Avon, has a property owned by the Ford Group.
That he rebuilt, it's an old house that was like 100 years and he rebuilt it.
Beautiful house, I've seen it.
Yes, that's a very,
This is a big property too, right?
yes.
5.2 acres or so.
Yeah, but it's separated with 2 lots
And right, it's 80, 84, 88.
and 80.
80,
Sorry,
84,
88,
88, it's
yes.
three properties.
Yes, it was the same lot, but he subdivided it.
Okay.
I don't know that part.
Sure.
Pavlonis that we met on Thursday with the husband, they bought 88,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what we've been looking at the drawings lately. I have to bring all the cleaning material to clean the house because the house was a mess.
At 80.
Yeah, but I mean,
He called you, Fotis called you, said we have to go to 80 Mountain Spring to clean, is that so?
Yes.
Okay.
What kind of cleaning materials did you bring?
Well, I brought vacuum that doesn't work there because it doesn't have the central.
Okay.
I brought the thing to clean like this, Swift. It's a yellow thing with a stick. Paper towels. One of those Clorox spray.
Clorox,
I don't know Clorox, so I buy usually Clorox, Swift, whatever I find in the house. Garbage bags. So I kind of start cleaning the kitchen, but it's like, okay, this is impossible.
What time did you go, and in what vehicle did you travel in, and who was with you?
I travel alone in the Cherokee.
And what time?
Another thing that I didn't tell you, somewhere around noon, I speak with another store called Hitchrock, I don't know. It's in Canton, in the shops of Canton, that they have a Ben & Jerry, a Barnes & Noble. It's in a corner, the store, it's a furniture store.
Okay.
I was there earlier in the week and I
Talk to us
left.
on the phone. You call it furniture.
Yes, because I left them some furniture and some rocks and I haven't heard from them. And when I spoke with the lady says, I haven't seen the rocks. I don't know where they are. Where did you leave them? I said, I left them with the manager and my girlfriend, which I had at least a 15 minutes conversation when I left the rocks earlier in the week about Argentinian food, how to do chimichurri. So she's like, oh, I cannot see the rocks. I'm like, no, but I left them there and they told me that they weren't gonna put it in the storage and wait for Richard, the owner, to see the rocks. She said, oh, I'm the wife, I haven't seen the rocks, but let me find them and I'll give you a call. That I don't remember if that was Thursday or Friday.
Let's go.
Okay, no, because,
Yeah, that becomes important, okay,
yes.
for later. But let's just stay when you're at 80 Mountain, okay? So why don't you just finish telling me?
If we could go back to how you got there, what car you took,
I took the Cherokee.
and at what time?
That's probably around between 2:15, let's say, or 2:30 and 3.
Okay.
I go back to the house.
Does anyone else travel there at the same time that you're with, or no?
Fotis took the Suburban.
Or was it just Suburban?
Yes.
Did you drive with each other, or did you go separately?
No, we were separating.
Okay, did he leave around the same time as you?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
I'm confused, where is Photos taking the Suburban to? Is he also going to 80 Mountain? Or is he going somewhere else?
Yes,
So both of you go to 80 Mountain,
yes,
separate vehicles at about the same time?
yes, but he arrives there earlier, they first than me.
You're arriving around 2:15? Between 2:15 and 2:30, and Photos is already there?
2:30 and, yes. And, I take all the things out, I put them in the kitchen. I think Fotis or I figure out that the vacuum doesn't work because it's central and I didn't know. So I go back to the house with a vacuum that was in the second floor, sorry. And I get the broom and the shovel for the broom, but the broom is like this, ridiculous. I'm not gonna clean.
Can I ask a question? Is Pavel there?
No,
No?
no,
So he and the Raptor are not there?
no.
Okay.
What is Photos doing when he's at 80 Mountain? What is doing?
In the
You're cleaning inside the
bedroom,
house?
I clean nothing because I'm like, I'm not gonna, it's like this huge house, I'm not gonna be able to clean it. Like with a broom like this.
Right, so
And
you're
I was like,
cleaning
ridiculous.
inside the house. What is Photos doing?
He went in and he was, okay, we'll clean. And I'm like, oh, but I have to pick up Nicole at 3:30. I forgot that and then I'm like, no, wait, I don't have to pick her up at 3:30 because she had a show at the night. But usually I'm so used to picking her up at 3:30 that I said, no, I have to go pick up the daughter.
Alright, let me just tell you an item, a fact that we know is that Photos' phone was on the property of 80 Mountain Spring Road between 1:37 and 3:38.
Okay, no,
Okay.
because he called me saying,
Photos
sometime
saying what?
to clean 80 Mount.
To bring, meaning he was already there?
No. He called me and he was. No, yes, he
So
was.
he was already when he called you to
Yes.
bring the cleaning supplies
Yes.
at 80 Mountain?
Yes, but I don't know why at some point.
Okay, I just want to go back and please don't. The way you explained it previously was that he called you from inside the house you were at, but now you're saying he was actually.
Well, that's that part I don't know.
Okay.
Like he called me saying bring cleaning stuff
So he wanted you to bring cleaning stuff, and
to clean the house.
so now your understanding was he was already at 80 Mountain when he called you?
Yes, he probably was, or he was in the house. That's what I don't know.
So that you can't confirm one way or the other where Fotis was, just that he called you to bring cleaning supplies?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe I am misunderstanding you, Michelle, but I believe you said that Photos called you and you drove in the Cherokee and he drove in the Suburban and you drove together to 80 Mountain. Is that what happened, or was he already
No,
there?
he was with the Suburban.
Oh,
And
he
we drove
was already
separately.
there.
Yes.
Okay. So when you drove the Cherokee to 80 Mountain, and he was already at 80 Mountain, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know when he got there?
No.
Okay. We do, I'm just asking if you do. Okay.
I mean, I'm giving you hours.
I know, and I'm not trying to trick you, I'm trying to understand you, that's all.
Yeah, we're not trying to trip you up.
Again, I don't know exactly, I'm not like with the phone looking.
That's fine, but I thought you guys were traveling together, it turns out he calls you, get the supplies, come to email, we have to clean, you drive the Cherokee, and he's already there in the Suburban. So when
Yes,
you arrive at 80 Mountain, where is he, where is the Suburban, what's going on when you first arrive?
usually we go in the back where the,
But on that day, well,
in
not,
the house.
right, so just listen, on that Friday, when you arrived on the 80 Mountain driving the Cherokee,
Yes,
what was going on when you first arrived? Did you see the Suburban?
yes,
Where was it?
in the back where the garage is, in the space.
Right, this is an overview map.
Where is it? No, but I can draw it to you.
Okay. Do you recognize this? This is the north-south, I'm not sure what street this is.
It doesn't have these trees. No, this is not the drawing.
No?
I don't know. This is.
The road's kind of hard to see because of the tree cover,
Yeah,
so it might be a little
but
confusing.
no, this.
I wish we had a better baseline on her. So it starts off with this whole phone call about this other person having left their purse. Michelle adds the detail of a Greek salad. Like, who cares? So there's all this addition of details, and it's a red flag. She said she took a picture of the purse. Why does she need to do that? If she's going to go meet this woman and give back her purse, why is she taking a picture? Is this a planned and advanced setup for her alibi for that day? Or did I misunderstand something? Did the friend ask her to take a picture of it? So she goes to this Avon South storage to return the purse and makes a point of describing the office and how, this guy stood up and how the fact that she saw him. So the injection of that detail would make me question more down that line. She says she went to this supermarket, and here she doesn't give the name of the supermarket until she's asked. And this is a departure from what we've been seeing. We've been seeing exact times, names, lots of details, a white cooler. The guy stood up from behind the counter, all of this. And now she says, I went to the supermarket. And this is where I actually believe her. So I think she did go to the supermarket on that day. And she doesn't give the detail until it's important, until she's asked. But then she goes on about she grabbed the cart, she bought parsley. It's just too much. So she saw this robot and took a video. Okay. I think that is an offer. Then when she gets home, she says, I put everything away. Again, I'm thinking this is actually true, that she got groceries and she was putting away groceries. And the reason I think this part is true, and you know what? You guys probably already know, and you're going to know whether I'm way off because I don't know what happens here, right? So what we're not seeing here is I put away this item and this item and this item. And the other thing I noticed is when she's like full on, I think I'm yelling. When she's full on talking, she talks with her hands. And part of that, I think maybe that English is not her first language. So she talks with her hands a lot. And, when she says laptop, she does this. So I think that's part of her. I know that because we should then look for times when she doesn't use her hands, right? She's not exact about the time, whereas before she was precise. And so I kind of think that this part is true. Look, I went grocery shopping, I got home, put stuff away, and I don't know exactly what time it was, because who checks their watch for the exact time? She first says Fotis was back by 12. And did you notice when she was talking about the storage place that they have inside the house, the storage room, she mentioned they have wetsuits. And she doesn't know if he just got home or if he'd already been there. And when she says that, she shrugs. And that shrug is in sync with what she's saying. So I think she doesn't know where he was when she got home. But some of this is not true. This part where she says Fotis phones and says we have to go to the Mountain Springs place to clean. Her body language started to lock down a little bit. And then she talks about having to bring cleaning supplies. And all of a sudden, all that hand talking stops. She's coming from a different part of her brain, right? At this point, that isn't connected to her norm because she, does this. So she doesn't start using her hands again in this section until she's describing the actual cleaning supplies. And then she's back in that part of her brain. But that's easy because she's describing supplies, not what she did or where she went. So I think she's lying about this whole cleaning thing. She adds in this phone call, and I thought that was to the rug place. And I thought that was weird, why she injects that. So it remains to be seen. They went to that property. Fotis took the Suburban. I can't remember if she said they left at the same time or if it was the officer who asked that. If you're both going to the same place, why are they taking different vehicles? I would think that when they asked her, what, you didn't drive together, you took different vehicles, that given her tendency to explain a lot, well, why didn't she say, oh, because I had an appointment after, or Fotis had to go somewhere after. So this is weird, right? She describes going to the property and she took the things out and put them in the kitchen. And I'm saying, no, she didn't. She was not doing that descriptive, that physical descriptive talking. So once again, she's in a different part of her brain. She's not telling the truth right there. This story about, she forgot she has to go pick up Nicole. Look, she's describing a routine that she has every day. I set the alarm for this time, except for Thursdays. And this is the schedule, what we do. Do you think she's going to forget about picking up Nicole or not having to pick her up? When they say that Fotis's phone was at that property, all of a sudden she's kind of changing her story here to match whatever is going to, keep everybody out of trouble. She makes it sound like, they misunderstood. She clearly specified earlier that Fotis called from within the house. Not only did she clearly specify that, she went into this explanation again. Oh, it's a big house, and so we call each other. So this is malarkey here. And finally, it comes out that, he was already at Mountain Springs before she got there.
All right, so.
What is this?
All right, don't
mark it.
She can't.
Okay.
She can't.
This is isn't this where the tennis court used to be of that house?
All right, this may be, I'm not sure how outdated this is.
Because these trees don't exist.
Okay,
This
that's
is
fine.
open.
So that's all right. I don't want to confuse you. That's why I'm trying to take this away.
Bueno, I tell you, you drive inside the property and the road kind of goes like this, like a turn. The house is here. The garage looks like, let's say, to this place. It has a turn, and that's an area that the cars turn around in.
So when you arrive at 80 Mountain, the Suburban is in the
the
back.
They
Is it
have
behind the house, beside the house? It's on the house.
Bueno, there's 4 garage in that house.
Okay, I'm
So
listening in. Sure.
it's like a square, let's say, and the Suburban is parked like parallel to the garage.
What's going on with Suburban? Is it just parked there?
Yeah,
All right. Where's Fotis?
in the garage, the
The garage door is open?
yes, the first left garage door is open. I bring the stuff to the kitchen.
What's he doing? Do you know?
Who fought it?
Fotis when you get there.
Nothing. He was like kind of like walking from the kitchen to
Okay.
the garage.
Do you remember what he was wearing?
Jeans. He always wears the same jeans. I think he only has 2 pairs of jeans.
Okay.
And he just recently bought a black pair of jeans, which is weird to see him in black jeans, but I don't know.
So he was in the black jeans?
No. Blue jeans. You asked me the same.
All right. So
What about his shirt?
He had a light shirt. I believe it was light blue. At some point he has a sweater,
Okay.
but I don't know if he took it, I mean, that part I don't know if he took it off and hide it.
all right. I'm just trying to find out. All right. So he's there. You don't know when he got there. You get there between 2:15 and 2:30, and Fotis is there.
Well,
Is there
it can be a little bit 4:30. I mean,
Okay. All right. About.
let's say 2, 3, and I say I have to be going.
Okay. So you have to leave at 3 to pick up the phone.
Yes, but then I forget, and in my head I'm like, oh no, wait, I don't have to pick her up because she's staying for this Chicago show. I go back to the house with a vacuum and I bring the broom.
To Jefferson.
Yes, and I take the Suburban because the way I parked, I don't know, I take the Suburban first. And I go to Fort Jefferson.
This is at 3?
Yes, around.
Around 3?
Yes.
So 3 o'clock, you drive the Suburban back to Jefferson to pick up the vacuum.
No, to drop off the vacuum and pick up the broom.
Okay, and then you come back to 80 Mountain Spring.
Yes.
All right.
How long does it
I
take?
drink water in the house.
That's okay. How long is the travel time
No,
between?
nothing, like 7 minutes.
7 minutes. Okay.
It's very close. I mean, I've done it many times.
All right. All right. So you're back now at 80 Mountain Spring. And what's Fotis doing? Inside the house or outside?
No, he was, I think, talking on the phone out in the where the cars are.
Mm-hmm.
Who was he talking to, do you know?
No.
All right. Okay.
Then, but I stayed a little bit, so I probably went to the 80 mountains. I should have gotten there back. Maybe like, I don't know, 3:40, or 4.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't leave right away. I stayed in the house a little bit. I remember drinking water.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I was talking on the phone with someone.
All right, so you come back. And what do you start cleaning? You continue to clean?
No. I kind of gave up with that because the house is too big on my house. You have to bring somewhere. We used to bring Lupita, which was a kid lady that we had.
Mm-hmm.
Then she stopped, and then Renata, which is the one that we have now, she has helped in the past, and she actually went cleaning Friday. She was there this Friday, two days ago, because she went to the house. She cleaned the sheets, and then Poti said go to 80 Mountains and clean. So,
Can I ask why you didn't have to pick up your phone? Was she going?
because She stayed in school, I completely forgot. She had a school show called Chicago.
Okay. Oh, so did you like a play?
Yes, I mean, it's a play from the school, not like professional.
Okay, so,
And that was like at 7, the play.
okay. So you can continue.
So, there Pavel arrives.
All right, wait a minute. We're at 80 Mountain.
Yes.
Okay. And you think it's what time?
For something.
Okay. When did you go out to Hitchcock? You were going to go to Hitchcock to
No,
pick
that's
up.
at 5:17.
That's after this?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay. All right.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Pavel arrives?
Yes,
Okay.
with the pickup.
That's
The
the wrap,
raptor.
4 o'clock.
More or less, I mean, 4:30, 4:15, that I don't know. I think I talked to my dad at some point in between those times.
Pavel alone?
Yes, he's alone in the raptor, that's why I know he had the raptor. And then I said, you know, I have to go because I have to pick up my rocks in Canada. So I'm driving, well, now it's like 5:17, I don't know. I start driving.
Before you go into that, just something, when Pavel arrived, did you see him?
Yes,
What kind of clothes was he wearing? Do you recall?
again, I don't know, you guys were always jeans.
You're not kidding, right? What about you? What did you wear that day?
In the morning, for sure, like, because that's like my routine, it's like exercise clothes. Usually I have a black Adidas like sweatpants with 2 gold lines.
And you changed?
And usually I change after leaving Nicole. I don't have a routine. Sometimes I go like
So
jogging.
So after Nicole, when you're over at 80 Mountain Road for the remainder of the day, what are you wearing?
I was with a black shirt, my camouflage pants,
Okay. Anything else?
and I don't know if I had a sweater or the jacket.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry to rub you back, but continue where you were about to go.
Okay. So I get in the car and I talk again to this woman, Barbara, the owner of the store.
Hitchcock.
Yes. But no, I'm not sure the name is Hitchcock. You have to Google it.
Okay.
But I mean, it's in my phone, the number.
That's fine. This is around what time?
Around like 5:17. Because I remember I wrote the calls and that's what we found out it was. And the lady says, because we're running down slow on people, usually we close at 6, but we might close at 5:30. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna make it. I'm still in, and it takes me to get to Canton at least 20 minutes, and why I'm gonna drive there. And she said, don't worry, we're gonna be open tomorrow. I started at 11.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, if I don't make it, then I go tomorrow. Okay. I turn around at the end of the airfield, and I go to the house. The photos are in the house, in the outside, in the garage,
Which house?
for Jefferson.
Jefferson Street.
Yes.
During the course of the day, does Phyllis wear a hat, or is he just without a hat? Like a ball cap or anything?
No,
No, not at all. Does he wear a ball cap?
no, he does, but
But on
he
that-
wasn't.
On that day, no? Okay.
Well, no, he wears later, but not.
Okay, but up until that point, no. But later on in the day, he does wear a hat. Okay, I don't want to get you ahead. I'm just
Pavel's
curious.
photos are in the garage? What
Not
time
in
do
the
you
garage outside, where we usually, like in that piece of grass of the garage, outside the garage.
What time do you think you get back to
No, nothing, like a 520.
And this is Jefferson.
Yes.
Okay, so they're on the grass outside your house?
Wait, have you been in the house, no?
No. I've seen pictures of it. I have not
Okay,
actually.
it's a garage, it's all paved, and
Uh-huh.
there's like a piece of like grass and paved, like because it has grass.
Okay,
So, we were
okay.
there. I parked the car inside, the Cherokee.
All right, so let me just stop you. When you drive the Cherokee and Pavel,
Okay.
Pavel and photos are there, so that means the Raptor and the Suburban are there?
Yes.
Okay, so all the cars are there when you arrive. And they're on the grass, this is
Right, on
south
the
side.
outside of the
What are they
garage.
doing?
I don't know, I'm talking to him.
Okay, so they're just standing there talking?
Yeah, I know, and Pavel was turning on his motor. He left his motorcycle.
Okay.
Well, it's funny because that motor used to be mine, and I sold it to him a year ago.
You want it back? I'm just kidding.
No.
All right.
I got a small one.
Okay, that's very
And
good.
then I went inside the house,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm hanging there, I don't know. And then he says,
The top, too close?
this at some point, I mean, obviously he went inside the house, blah, 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 whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He says, let's go to Starbucks, but this was,
What time did you do that?
I don't know, it was 6:37.
Did Photos change his clothes or shower at all during that time?
I know I saw him with a sweater. Then I saw him without a sweater.
Okay.
But I don't know if he showered. I didn't see him shower.
Okay, so then it's next is you were gonna go to Starbucks. What time was that, and which Starbucks did you go to?
We went to the one in West Hartford, one that I used to go with Nicole about a year ago. That when she used to take French classes at the house of a teacher, I would drive there and wait for her there, buy a Starbucks, buy her something.
And what time?
No, that's right. I think it was like 6:37.
So you and Photos go to the Starbucks?
No, you go first. He says, let's go to Starbucks. I'm like, okay. And he drives
Which car?
the pickup, the Raptor.
Raptor? Okay.
And we drive into, I guess that's West Hartford. I don't know. But it's in a very creepy area. Not creepy.
Did you ever?
Yeah.
Did you ever go to the Starbucks?
Yes.
That's not just like anywhere in the
I
state.
have the receipt. I mean, you can see it on my credit card.
Okay, it's on your credit card, but
Yes.
there's a lot of Starbucks all over the place. So you know which one specifically?
It's one that it has like a Marshalls next to
So
it.
there's a Marshalls and a Starbucks.
Yes.
And that's
we
in
have
what town?
West Hartford.
West Hartford is the Starbucks?
Yes, and I know there's like a gas station in the front.
Okay. Why don't you tell the officers where you went? In other words, where did Photos go first before the Starbucks?
Well, there was a street with a lot of like a construction, homes. I remember a fire truck coming, police. I don't know, it's a very crowded place.
So in West Hartford, the fire department and police with their lights and sirens were going somewhere?
I remember the fire truck, yes.
Did they have their lights on and they were responding to an emergency?
Yes.
Okay, so This is before the Starbucks, and this is in West Hartford.
Yes.
And this is around what time?
Around that time, 6:37, 7,
Okay, so around 6:30, 7 o'clock
or
in West,
7:30, like,
in West Hartford, the police and fire department are responding somewhere, and you're going where? To the, like you're-
yeah, the plan was to go to Starbucks, that's what he said, let's go to Starbucks. With me and Nicole, we go every Thursday.
To that Starbucks?
No, to the one that is closer to her
I
school.
was to say, how far away is the street without the construction cones that you're driving up and down? How far away from your house on Jefferson? It's close.
No, yeah, it's close, but like, I don't know, 11 minutes, 15
It's a
minutes.
creepy area, right?
Bueno, it's an area, you know, of a lot of, yeah, you know, like the street, they had a construction, he's like, oh, look at the construction, like he was showing me the construction, and okay, who cares about the construction?
And then what happened?
And what?
And then,
And then, yes, he stopped and we stopped. He throws something from the back, I don't know what, I wasn't really paying attention. And then, I mean, somehow we go around, or we turn around. I'm like, why are we here? Like, it doesn't make, like,
So it struck you strange that he was driving in that area?
yeah, I've never driven in that area at all.
So you've never been over there?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we've thrown garbage bags in other opportunities, but I've never been in that area.
What, you only threw one garbage bag?
He threw one garbage, and I think he had to move the car because the police or something was there.
He threw the garbage bag into what?
No, in a dumpster, or I don't know what.
How long did this whole, was it fast? Did it
No,
few
yeah,
minutes?
because then we went to Starbucks and
So him throwing the garbage in dumpsters or in trash or something? Or both?
no, it wasn't I think it was a,
Dumpster, big metal box, trash.
Yeah.
Trash receptacle is just like a little green can. How long did this go on for?
I don't know, a little bit.
How long?
Like how long it took him?
Yeah, did it take a short time or did it take
Yeah,
a long?
no, I don't know, a minute, 2 minutes, I don't know, I don't know what it takes.
I'm just gonna stop you here. I'm gonna tell you your turn. Over 30 stops over a 4+ mile length of a certain street in the north end.
she indicated that Fotis recently bought a black pair of jeans, which was weird because he always wears blue jeans and he only has 2 pairs. I want to know when he bought those black jeans. I'm still stuck on this, her saying, oh, I forgot I have to go pick up her daughter, right? If she knows what time it is, because she's able to indicate to them that this is when I arrived at Mountain Springs. She knows what time it is. Her routine is every day she goes and picks up this child. Why would she go in the first place? I still think she's lying about that. So she drove the Jeep to the property, but when she left, she took the Suburban. Why? Then she goes into, they normally have employees who would clean. So doesn't she find it weird? And then she's saying she has to pick up rugs. Well, now this makes sense about why she injected that phone call earlier to the rug place. But here's the thing that's odd. So they tell her, according to her story, we're slow. We normally close at 6. We might close at 5:30. So the police can go check that and find out whether or not that's true for that day. But then she describes, oh, you know, if I don't make it, I don't make it. I can go tomorrow. So she's injecting this long explanation that is not necessary. And she says she turns around and goes back to, I guess, Jefferson. Yeah, she went home. But she never, with all her descriptions, she never describes actually getting to the store and not making it in time. So she's lying here too. Now why? When she starts describing returning to 4 Jefferson Crossing, all of a sudden we see anxiety in her. And we haven't seen this, but all of a sudden she's making protective motions with her hand. She's covering her face. Her leg, her foot starts shaking and swinging. We have seen none of that. That is not her norm. When they're talking about returning to Jefferson, she's real nervous. Now that tells me she knows here that something was very wrong. So she knows something. And she's real nervous about telling them. If she was not suspicious, at least, or didn't know that that Fotis was involved in something, then she would not be nervous when all she's doing is describing going back home. There is no reason for this anxiety here unless she knows something and knew something at the time. So that's another big red flag. This is my opinion. This is the first time I've seen this, right? I don't know anything other than what the jury's heard so far. There could be another explanation, but this is where I'm going in my thinking right now. She describes going to the Starbucks in West Hartford, and you'll recall that the defense had questioned one of the witnesses. Well, he pulled into that parking lot, and isn't there a Starbucks there, right? And maybe they did go to Starbucks. But again, so what? And I have a question about this, though. She says normally they go to a different Starbucks, and normally they go on a Thursday. So this is out of their norm. And she describes him driving around, and he had to stop to drop something, as if it was like one thing. She does indicate that he's dropped off bags before. I'm wondering, though, at what point did he load up the truck with garbage to be dropped off somewhere, right? Where did the bags come from that ended up in the Raptor? Because they're saying the other guy had the Raptor and Fotis had the Suburban, she had the Jeep, and then she and Fotis switched, so she had the Suburban and he had the Jeep. Well, now Fotis has the Raptor. So at what point did he load it up and from where? So that part is sort of missing here. I mean, maybe they'll get to it. And she does admit that she did think it was strange to be in that area. But look at her. She is protecting herself here. Based just on this, I think she knows something. And she's afraid to tell. Now, I don't know if she's going to be more afraid of the police or more afraid of Fotis. She has reason to be afraid of both.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No.
Over 30 stops
Of that car.
of that vehicle.
Bags, and all that stuff. Which I've never covered.
Okay. This is just some of what's going on. So, I want, is that Fotis? Who is that? Is that Fotis? Is that,
Pausing the video.
is that the Raptor that you were in? You don't have it here, but you're actually leaning out at one point of the car.
No, I told him. I had a chewing gum. I took it, I spit it,
Okay.
and my hand got sticky, and I went like this, and like this to clean.
Can we go back to the first dumpster where the construction site was? Was there any businesses or buildings that stand out in your mind that were near that dumpster?
I was on the phone talking to Beck, my friend.
But it was somewhere between your house and the Starbucks. Was the first dumpster where he threw a bag out?
No, it was in this place.
What was on the way? That's what he's asking.
In the way,
Yeah.
yes.
So before you stopped for coffee, he was already stopping in West Harvard and throwing things out the dumpsters.
Yes, and then we went to Starbucks after.
Then you went to Starbucks, okay, and then,
Okay, so did it seem strange to you? It's only 30 stops.
That we didn't stop 30 times. I mean, that's counting red lights or turns. That sounds strange.
Were there how much garbage? What was in the back of the
I
raptor?
don't know. I wasn't looking, I was on the phone, I was probably talking to Betu, my friend Betu, because she's about to take the plane. And she actually said, well, I'm getting on the plane, so bye.
Did you ask Phyllis what
I'm
was
like,
going
can we
on?
go? I'm like, yes, I wanna go. I'm like, let's go to Starbucks. He said, yes, wait.
It just seemed, it doesn't seem, knowing what I know about Phyllis, doesn't seem like an area that I would expect him to be driving around.
No, I've never driven there.
Okay. So you agree with that?
I don't even know how to
You
get
thought it
there.
was strange that he was in that area?
Yes, but because we've done it another times to throw garbage.
Right, but in an area you called creepy, I mean, is that really?
Well, because I've never been in that area. Like my furthest I went,
So there have been other times where you've been with Phyllis where he stopped at multiple garbage receptacles and thrown trash in them?
yeah, but a long time ago. Not in that area. And then we go back to, and that's when we stopped in Starbucks after drawing our bag.
Mm-hmm.
We go to Starbucks. I go to the bathroom
Mm-hmm.
because I got my period. And I ask for a Java chip. I ask for a croissant, a chocolate croissant, and they say we don't have it because usually we have in the morning,
Right.
so they didn't have. And so I get a sandwich, a ham and cheese or turkey and cheese sandwich.
while you're getting the sandwich, is all the garbage already thrown out?
Yes.
Can I go back to when Pavel arrives at the house with the raptor? Did you notice anything inside the vehicle? Did you notice anything inside the
Yeah,
raptor?
because I didn't go in there.
Was the raptor flatbed, was the back deck covered with anything that you noticed?
No, but I didn't see. I mean, I wasn't paying attention.
How long was Pavel and Fotis together at 80 Mountain after Pavel arrived in the raptor? How long do you think they were together? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
This is very important.
No, but it cannot be. Pavel must have been there maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes, nothing.
And then he left.
He left
What did he leave with?
with the raptor,
With the raptor.
yes,
And then Fotis followed him.
yes. And I had the Cherokee,
As far as you know, they went back to Jefferson.
yes.
You saw them there, correct?
When I came back from not going to the logs, yes, they were in Fort Jefferson.
So how long was it between the time you left 80 Mountain and came back to Fort Jefferson and you saw Pablo and Fotis there?
10 minutes, 11 minutes, not that long. 15 minutes at the most, which I think is too much.
So Pavel was at the house with Fotis on 80 Mountain for 10 minutes. They leave. And then how long until you see them again? What's the time frame before you go back? Is it a while? Is it not a while? Is it 5 minutes?
Wait, can you repeat?
Yes. So Pavel arrives.
Mhm.
He's at the house on 80 Mountain for about 10 minutes, correct?
He arrives with the raptor.
Yes.
I remember I seen him.
He's not there for long.
No, because he was already leaving. I mean, he came from Buchanan.
Pavel came from the canyon.
Yes.
What was he doing in the canyon?
He's the one who takes care of the house that they're building down there. He's the one who who looks at it every day.
What house in Canada does he take care of?
Well, I don't take care, it's a house that they're in construction.
Do you know the address?
I'm always here, 61 Sturbridge. I've been in that.
Sturbridge.
Yes.
I think the question was, and it was the same question I asked.
Wait, no, wait. That's what they told me.
That's what they told me.
I didn't see him, I don't know.
No, if that's what you're telling us, that
Exactly,
they informed
exactly.
you.
No, I don't wanna say things
And
that.
who's they that told you?
Well, I mean, Fotis and Pavel, they always thought that the party goes to Finland.
Okay.
Unless
No, no,
it's
no.
a lie.
Okay. So how long was it between the time you left 80 Mountain and Fotis and Pavel were there, and you started out for Canton, and then you turned around and went to 4?
No, we all left. We all left like at the same time.
Okay.
It's not like I stayed
Okay.
longer or he stayed longer.
Okay, you all left, and then when you drove back to your home where you live, which is 4
Jefferson.
Jefferson. Okay, when you arrived back there, now Fotis and Pavel were at 4 Jefferson.
Yes.
Okay.
So Pablo and Photos left now at the same time you did.
Yes.
Just confirming a couple things. When you went, Michelle, when you went to the school to drop your daughter off, where did you drop her off? At the school?
Where?
Yeah, like is there a main driveway?
Yeah, it's a circle. There's like a main building, and I always leave her in the same corner.
Corner of the building?
It's like a roundabout.
Mm-hmm.
This is the main building, the middle school, and the theater. It's
So
called.
like an L?
It's called. It's a curve.
Okay, it's an arc, okay.
It's an arch, and I leave her there. She walks. I see her when she gets in. That she puts her ID, and then she goes in.
Okay, did you get out of the car, or did you just let her out of the car?
No.
Okay, so you were driving the Cherokee?
Yes.
And what was Nicole wearing? She had a backpack?
Yes, her backpack and the cooler with the juice that she opens her coffee.
Is that like a small little, like a thermal lunch pack? Is it a big cooler that she
It's a
holds,
big-
or is it one
No,
with a shoulder
The
strap?
shoulder strap.
So Nicole had backpack and,
And the cooler, which is my cooler from Miami that I used to have when I had a boat and I would take it to the beach. It's a white cooler, it's in the house. It's not hard, it's soft. It's like a bag.
it's like market. And when you went to Starbucks, you guys go through the drive-through, or
No, we
you
park.
go park and go
and we
inside?
go inside.
And this is the Starbucks in West Hartford?
Yes. Bueno, I guess, I don't know exactly.
Are you sure? Whether it's,
But I know which one it is for sure because it's the one that I used to go when we go.
and that's the one near Marshall's?
There's some Marshalls, there's like a light, there's in the other side of the street. It has a big parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's a gas station in front, and there's like a fire department nearby.
Like right nearby, or just
I think it's
like right next to
actually in front of it.
it? Okay.
That I remember always seeing when I passed there. Because the teacher that Nicole used to take French lives a little bit further. There's the fire building, that's my reference, and then there's a stop light. I turn and then I turn right, and it's one of those houses that the teacher, but this is a year ago, so this has nothing to do with it.
I don't want to cover too much for time here. Switching gears briefly for a second, how was Fotis and Jennifer's relationship?
Okay, I never met her. I haven't
You never
met
met Jennifer?
No. The only time I've seen her in my life was like a year ago. Fotis had supervised visitation, and they let him, the judge let him take the kids to the pond where we usually ski. Obviously, I couldn't be there. Nicole is in Argentina and every summer. She goes from June to September. So Fotis calls me and says, "Don't come yet because the kids they haven't left." So I park outside the Avon, the
Self-storage?
pond. No, the entrance to the pond.
Right, it's
So
right
like
by,
a gravel.
right by Hutch's place.
Yes, it's a gravel. And you know what I didn't tell you? That I went to the pond on Friday to see if I could ski, and there was no one. And then I came back. I mean, I went, I didn't see anyone.
When did you go?
Okay, I think it was after. We wrote it down.
I want to show you a picture on my phone. Okay? Okay. Is that you, Michelle? Is that Fotis?
Yes,
Okay.
that's me.
Do you know what you're doing there?
Yes, I'm cleaning like this
What are you cleaning the ground for?
because I put my gum and I threw it and it was sticky.
Fotis comes and takes something from you, and he throws it in the sewer. What was that? We see it on the video.
But he doesn't take anything.
No, he does, because we see it happen. And we have it.
And we retrieved what was thrown to.
So I'm just gonna tell you right now, starting from the morning, there's some stuff that we know that you're not being honest about. Okay, so let's do cooperation and telling the truth is what we're talking about here, okay? And sir, you know some of the stuff we talked about before we started with Francesca, and some stuff that was located at the scene. So some of the stuff you're telling us about Fotis in the morning, I don't believe to be true, okay? And then I'm gonna find another picture that I'm gonna show you right now. All right, this may have said it. So after you throw out the garbage, this gentleman comes up to the garbage can and pulls that out. What does that look like to you?
A bag?
What's the red stuff?
And blood.
It's blood. That's Jennifer's blood. And that's a pillow from her garage that's missing. So you need to start being honest with us
No, I don't know anything about that pillow.
about where Fotis was in the morning.
So we learned the information that the police give her about 30 stops is not accurate. And here's the problem. Michelle knows that's not accurate. So now she's not going to trust so much what the police tell her. If you're inside a vehicle, why do you spit gum and throw it outside? I mean, I guess some people would, but why not get a Kleenex or something in the vehicle to discard the gum rather than actually get out? So I'm not convinced about that. When she describes going to Starbucks, and maybe they did go, I think they probably did, because I think they were setting up where they were and an excuse for why they were in that area. Yeah, we're going for coffee. Again, I say this is a real weird route to take to go for coffee. And especially that you're going to a coffee shop that you don't normally go to. She'd been there before, but that's not their normal place. Anyway, she gives too much detail. She gives all this detail about how she wanted a chocolate croissant and they didn't have. Why? Why not say, I went to Starbucks and I have the receipt? So if what she's saying is true about the raptor, so Pavel left with the raptor and Fotis followed, and it was 10 minutes before she got back to Jefferson, they all left at the same time, but she was supposedly on her way to pick up rugs and then turn around. Anyway, Fotis and Pavel were both at Jefferson when she got back. So again, I ask, when did he load up this garbage? Where did it come from? This business? Oh, I remember I went to the pond. That's pretty significant. That's a big thing to leave out. I mean, she's describing everything. I turned off the alarm. I shut the door. I blah, blah, blah. I grabbed the grocery cart. But she misses this big significant thing. When Michelle looks at the photograph on the phone, and what the detective showed her was the photograph of the camera footage of that man going through that garbage and pulling out the bloody pillows. When she looks at that and they ask her, what do you think that is? And she says, blood. Well, I think anybody under the circumstances would say the same thing. I don't think that means anything. Actually, I think it would mean more if she denied that it was blood. I think that would be more suspicious than her saying it is blood. That's it for the morning. I think I'm going to try and work on editing and bring this video to you in pieces as quickly as I can.